Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. We're back at Pizza Hut Bucyrus with Coach's Corner West on all sorts of different places you can get it. You can get on Crawford County Now YouTube page, WQEL Facebook page, WQEL podcast page, and that's all the different locations you can find the coach's show. And we're going to be talking with Chad Jensen, who's the head coach of the Buckeye Central Bucks, and that comes up here in just one moment. Our show brought to you in part tonight by Light Friedley and Todd McDougal at Friedley and Company Insurance in New Washington, Ted Coder, Monarch Body Shop up in Dutchtown, The Ohio State University Marion, a Big Ten education close to home, Mike Kleinite, Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, Marion, Dr. Thomas M. Brick at Clubview Vision Center, Dr. Erica Schieber at Bucyrus Veterinary Service at 222 West Mary Street, Bucyrus, and Luann Krebs at River's Edge Embroidery, Screen Printing, Signs. They're located at Route 309, right across from the Marion Depot. Coach Chad Jensen right now off a game where they played the number one team in the state of Ohio, the Carey Blue Devils, losing 48-7. And Brian Heminger, who is the writer not only for the Upper Daily Chief Union, but also was working with Crawford County Now last week, called this game the Austin Niedecor game. Is that fair?
I suppose. I guess if you're for Carey, I mean, yeah. We don't care about that.
Well, like I said, the guy had a...
He didn't talk to me, so that guy didn't talk. No, he didn't talk to me, so I don't even know what anything means.
Here's the bottom line. The hell with him. I'm talking.
I want to talk about Buckeye Central. I don't want to talk about Carey.
Well, the guy, and I've got a stuff about it, but the guy did it. He put a major dent.
Yeah, he's a good player. I mean, he was a good player. I mean, but we did a lot of things that self-inflicted wounds, and honestly, he was the least of our concerns. We did things to ourselves that
help me out. Talk to me about what you plan on improving.
Well, we have to execute better. That's one thing we have to do this coming week is execute better. And there were things, there's when you play a team like Carey, there's very little margin of error, and we made some mistakes. We had some turnovers and some things that hurt us and some missed coverages and things like that. So when you do some of those things and the kid makes one little move and he hurts you. So we just have to correct those things and be in better position and better execution.
All right. Let's talk a little about your game. Derek Steen, the quarterback, 9 of 16 with 1 interception for 136 yards against a very good team like Carey. Now, that's not a bad evening.
Yeah, listen, these kids will tell you. I mean, that final score isn't even close to what the game was, and the Carey will tell you that too. They had some big plays. I mean, it could have been 14-7 at one point. It honestly should have been 21-7 at half. And they just, and again, Carey's a very good football team, so therefore they took advantage of some of our mistakes. But 48-7 is not really what this.
So this game was closer than what the score would indicate.
Absolutely. They had big plays, and we made them earn some things. I mean, they're a very good football team. But we did some good positive things. Now, we didn't do enough positive things. Obviously, we got blown out, so that isn't anything that we're going to say, we had moral victory. There's no such thing. But we did some things that we did well that we can build on this week.
All right. Receiving, Derek Steen had a good day throwing the ball, but you had 4 guys with positive yardage receiving. Kurgis, Dean, Jensen, as well as Manny Mullins all catching the ball.
Yeah, I mean, like we've talked about every week. I mean, our guys, it's all about throwing to the open guy and taking what they give us.
All right. And one of the things you said, this game was a little bit closer to what it indicated. First downs, they were just a little bit better than you are. You threw the ball for more than they did.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, there was a lot of positive things that we did. We just didn't do enough of them. But against a great team like Carey, I thought at times we played well. No, we didn't play well enough. Now I'm not going to sit here and say, we should have won. No, we didn't play well enough to win. But there were some things that we did okay that we can improve on for next week.
One of the things I did notice too, and I take a look at the stats that are provided by the N10, Derek Steen, 62.9% efficiency in passing and 775 yards. That's not a bad season for the first half.
No. I think that's a great
9 touchdowns.
Yeah, through 5 games, he's played well. I mean, he's got 15 starts under his belt, so we expect him to play well every day.
All right. What'd you take out of this game that you learned that's going to make you better?
Well, I mean, you're playing great competition, so you know that.
You're going to be always playing great competition.
We play great competition in this league. So when you play great competition, you take away that, hey, some things you can get away with against other teams you can't. So that playing great competition, I think, will help us, and it'll definitely help us this week.
All right. We're going to be breaking for just a second. We're going to come back and talk to the players. We've got Manny Mullins, who's a running back and defensive back. Kenny Oots, offensive line, defensive line, and Steven Statsakowski. Did I get close?
Sostakowski.
Sostakowski. I've had trouble with that. I'm the only one that's ever had trouble with that, right, Steven? No. Okay, all right. I think you feel a little bit better. And we'll talk, and also we got Kyler Sanderson here as well. And we'll be talking to all these guys here in just one moment. Broadcast coverage from Pizza Hut and Bucyrus, the service of Adam Weisner, everybody, and Advanced Fiber Technology. Coach Tim Plumley, Mohegan Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Matt Studer, Spitzer, Chrysler Dodge, Jeep Ram Kia, a mile east of the Richland Mall. Rob Lust, Edgefield Animal Clinic, Marion. Matt Ramsey, John Ziegler, Drew Young, Frank Heinlein, and everybody at Bucyrus Blades, serving worldwide markets since 1951. And Roger Brown at Winks Lock and Safe, South Poplar at West Warren Street in Bucyrus. Let's go around the table. Manny Mullins up first. Manny is a running back and a defensive back. And I understand you saved a touchdown last week, but it was just for a few, even though it was just for a few moments. You were the kicker. You had to chase the guy down and get him before he got to the end zone, right?
Yeah.
So what were you thinking of that play?
I wanted to stop the touchdown.
You was wanting to stop the touchdown.
Yeah.
Even though you got him at the one line, it was worth every bit of the effort, right?
Yep.
All right. Talk to me a little bit about your season as a running back and a defensive back this year. Let's talk about the offense first.
So offensively, it's going decent, I would say. I would like it to be a little bit better, clearly, because we have lost the last 2 games, and that's not where I feel like we should be. But we're improving every single week, and that's all you can ask.
What have you learned so far this season that you can take into the second half of the season and make Manny Mullins as well as the Buckeye Central Bucks a better back?
Hard work and practice. I feel like we need to continue to work hard every single day and every single week in practice.
Manny, when you talk about hard work, are you talking hard work physically or mentally?
Both.
Okay, my next thing was more a combination of both.
Yeah.
All right. What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 weeks?
Take it one game at a time and win each week.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you stopping by. Job well done. Kenny Oots is up next. O-line and D-line. Kenny, talk to me a little about offensive and defensive. You've been here before, haven't you? Yeah. All right, talk to me about, has anything changed in O-line and D-line in the last several weeks? Is it pretty much the same? Are you getting better?
It's pretty much the same. We've gotten a lot better since week 1. Improved on both sides of the ball tremendously.
All right. What are your goals for the rest of the season?
Just like Manny said, you get 1 game at a time, improve each week, and win games.
All right. Talk to me a little bit about other specific goals as far as winning enough games to get to the playoffs. Is that something you talked about or thought about?
Me personally, I definitely want to make it to the playoffs. Win some more games the last couple weeks of the year. Make it play week 11.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for showing up. Steven Sostakowski. Got it. I'm surprised. Steven, wide receiver, defensive back, senior. Talk to me a little bit about your season this year.
My season really hasn't gone too well. I think I played 3 plays.
Okay. What happened?
I broke my leg on the first offensive drive, week 1, and I haven't been able to play. So.
I didn't see you walking in. I mean, still in a cast?
I do still have boot on.
Still got the boot on? Any chance you're going to get back this year?
It's not really my decision. I go to the doctors every 2 weeks whenever they tell me what's
Does it feel better?
I think it does. I think it feels a lot better.
Right. What are you doing since you can't get out there on the field? I mean, I just know a guy like you. If you're a Buckeye Central Buck, you're on that sideline, right?
Yeah, I'm on the sideline every day, every practice, and when I'm not, I'm in the weight room, and I think it's really benefited me, like getting stronger and everything, just in this time of year.
All right. You play other sports besides football?
I played basketball and baseball.
All right, so you definitely got to get back to basketball this season, right?
Yeah.
And baseball as well. Listen, buddy, I appreciate you stopping by. Good luck the rest of the season. Finally, down there, Kyler Sanderson, wide receiver and defensive back. And Kyler, I've seen your name in the statistics, and obviously getting your hands on the ball once in a talking about the first half of the season, what you've learned the first half is going to go into the second half, make you and your team better.
Well, I definitely think we've learned the last 2 weeks that it's going to be getting a lot more physical. Now it's not been 10 plays, so I just got to be able to catch the ball, get my head down, get as many yards as I can, because some of those plays that we got in the first few weeks, we might not be able to get in the next few weeks on the second head.
Well, let's face it, the N10's a lot bigger than some of the schools that you play with.
Exactly, yeah.
And it is a tough league, the smallest guys in the league. But, if you have some goals for the 5 games of the season.
I'd like to get a few more wins on the record, I love playing basketball, but I'd love to be playing football week 11, so I'm not quite ready for basketball yet.
All right, buddy. Sounds good. Thanks for coming by. We're going to be breaking for a second and coming back and talking a little bit about the game against Seneca East. That comes up in just a very few moments from right now. We're brought to you in part tonight on WQEL by Blythe Freely and Tom McDougal at Freely and Company Insurance. Up in New Washington, Ted Coder at Monarch Body Shop in Dutchtown. The Burkhardt family, Burkhardt Farm Sales, your Case IH dealer on the Manette Winchester Road. Rod Steiger, Pizza Hut, Bucyrus Gallion, the host of the show since 1992. Tabitha Smith and everybody at Waycraft Industries. Also, North Central State College, Mansfield, the Crawford Success Center, Bucyrus. Hannah Newton, Wendy's, Bucyrus and Upper Sandusky. Lee Plymouth, Brad Seibert, and the Plymouth Insurance Group, Bucyrus and Gallion. And, Coach, game this week against Seneca East, another big, N10, big, tough N10 team. These guys have had a lot of success over the years. They just keep going big up in Attica, and you got to deal with it, right?
Yeah, they're a great team and a great program, and we respect them. But our kids, know a lot of their kids, and it's a nice rivalry game for us. So our kids will play hard.
All right, they're probably a little bit more motivated. They lost a tough game like you did. They lost to Colonel Crawford. Colonel Crawford Carey played this week, but they lost to Colonel Crawford by a similar score. Keys to success in this ball game against them?
Yeah, I think it's the line of scrimmage. I think who does well in the line of scrimmage, who can control the line of scrimmage. I think that's going to be the difference in the game. And really that's that simple. The team that can control the line of scrimmage, control the clock, keep the ball away from the other team. I think we'll have the best chance to win.
What do we expect from these guys? They're going to throw it, run the ball. They're going to do a combination of both.
They're going to do a combination of both. I mean, typically 6 out of 10 times they're going to run it. So, but they got a nice quarterback, Blake Foose, who throws it and runs it, and really the centerpiece of their offense. So, we got to be ready for that.
All right. Coach, gentlemen, we'd like to thank you guys for stopping by and talking to us this evening. Good luck on Friday night against Seneca East. Well, let's see what's coming up here on the show. We've got several things that are happening this week as far as sports are concerned. Cleveland Guardians baseball against the White Sox won. The Guardians won today. You guys know that?
Yeah.
They won today.
Yeah.
So, they took 4 out of 5 from Minnesota, pretty much put them out of the race for the rest of the year. They got to take care of business against Chicago. That begins tomorrow at 7:35. Wednesday, Coach's Corner East from Pizza Hut in Gallion with Mike Sparks, Gallion, Crestline, and Colonel Crawford. And then we've got Guardians baseball at 7:30 against the White Sox. On Thursday, it's the Ryan Day Call-In Show at 6:05. Guardians baseball against the White Sox at 7:35. High school football on the agenda Friday evening. WQEL, it's Winford at Bucyrus, and WBCO 107.5 FM, Carey at Colonel Crawford, followed by the phone board on 92.7 WQEL. This Saturday, we've got a huge car show in Upper Sandusky beginning at 10 o'clock in the morning. It's the Upper Wyandotte County Car Show in the streets of downtown Upper Sandusky. We'll do our remote beginning at 10 o'clock on this coming Saturday in Upper Sandusky. Ohio State football against Wisconsin from Columbus. Our broadcast coverage begins at 6 o'clock on Saturday evening on 92.7 FM. Guardians baseball Sunday against the Texas Rangers at 2:05. We'd like to thank all of our guests from Bucyrus, Winford, and Buckeye Central. Thanks to Crystal Stewart and everybody here at Pizza Hut for their hospitality. Thanks to my maroon engineer. We would like to thank John Kreider and also Harper Boggs for their help tonight. Tonight's program for all 3 schools will be available on the WQEL Facebook page, the WQEL podcast page, Crawford County Now YouTube page, and all those different sites are getting hits every week. The show will be beginning around 9:30 tonight up on those pages at 9:30 this Friday evening, and will be on throughout the week. This week on the sports schedule, we already gave you that. So on behalf of all of our guests and everybody here at Pizza Hut, this is Davey Jones. Have a good evening, everybody.